Minasan konnichiwa. How are you doing, guys? Hope you're having a great after Thanksgiving time. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Didn't have Thanksgiving over here. I had to work, but whatever. I'll have a good Christmas. I'm looking forward to Christmas. Well, anyways, let's get going because I know you guys have a short attention span. It's a TikTok generation, and according to my stuff on YouTube, they say you guys tune out about a minute and a half afterwards after tuning in. So today's video is going to be a discussion. I'm going to make 2 videos today. The first one's going to be this one. I'm making a discussion about FSD and cyber cabs and all that stuff because everybody seems to be talking about it. And I want to put my 2 cents in because I think you might be surprised about some of my feelings. They have changed a little bit lately. And maybe, who knows, I might even go into a rant. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But before we get going, once again, just a reminder, I don't know if you've noticed, but tons of videos from, Tesla videos from creators have been just popping out of the woodwork lately. That's because Tesla's they started up their, the campaign for referral program campaign. And so a lot of people want to get those points, get the money, right? So you're gonna see a lot of video, a lot of people out there asking you to use the referral code. I'm gonna do the same. I don't do commercials. I hope you enjoy my channel without commercials. YouTube's commercials are out of control. The ads are out of control, and I try to keep it out of my videos. The way you can help me is hit the like button. For sure, that's a big help. And subscribe if you haven't. And also, if you are thinking about buying a Tesla in the future, give me a try. Use my referral code to get $1,000 off. I'll get a little bit of money, but yeah, you'll get the big discount. So having said that, let's get on with the video. All right. Before we get started in the video, I guess I want to talk about this some more. I've had this for a few weeks now. We just did a 200-kilometer trip yesterday, and my daughter was in the back. She absolutely loves this thing. It is crazy good. They could have used a little bit better CPU. It's a little slow. It's a little sluggish, especially when you're using Apple CarPlay. Apple CarPlay works great on it. So does Android Auto, I'm sure. Use this system. I have it set up for mirroring right now, and if you just click that, it goes to your Apple CarPlay. And so it's trying to hook up right now, and I hate that. So what I have it set for is when I'm not using it, it doesn't try. You can go into settings, background connection. You got to have that turned off. If you don't have that turned off, it'll just keep trying to connect with your phone, I hate that. It was kind of annoying. So I turned off background connection. Now it only connects when I turn on the app. So that's nice. Otherwise, it just keeps flipping back to this spot. Apple CarPlay does work. I have some video of it. A little sluggish when you're scrolling through the pages on it. These pages here, a little sluggish. I can't do it right now because I'm using the phone for the camera. Yeah, it does work. It's a little sluggish. Like I said, they should have put an 8-core. I think it's only a 4-core CPU in this thing. I was also watching movies with the surround sound. Works great. Like I said, there's a tiny bit of a delay, but not bad. The biggest thing that's great is it's just so nice having the seat controls and the seat heaters and the HVAC system available in the back for the people. No more asking the driver while I'm driving, hey, can you do this, can you do that? They have all the control here. So that is the big one. I love it. So I can turn the display off like that. All right. Just want to do a shout out on that. If you want to see the video of installing this, it's super easy to install. If you want to watch the video installing it, I will try to put a card up on my display right now showing how to, showing the video. Watch that video. I have the link to the guy that you can get a really good discount through him to get this. Like I said, these ports work, but only for like smaller iPhones. The big ones, it's not enough juice. It won't charge them. The smaller ones, the standard ones, will work fine. But the plus size, it doesn't work. That's a shame. So they're not very high power chargers here. But they do work. The vents work. You can move up and down, left and right. That's nice. You don't get that a lot with these rear displays. This one does have that. And super easy to install. So check it out. Thanks, guys. All right. Let's talk about FSD and stuff. I have a knee-jerk reaction especially when Tesla people talk about FSD, because all these fanboys, they're going nuts because they want a day. They're dreaming of a day where it's like, I don't know, those futuristic dystopian movies, like Elon Musk even mentioned in the We robot event thing, where you just jump in the car, tell the car where you want to go, and it drives for you. You know, I like driving. That's the one thing I got over here that I can do that doesn't cost much money, especially with the electric car. It's the one thing I got. Don't have much over here because Japan's so expensive. And the one thing I have is I can jump in this car after I charge it at night. Jump in, I can just go for a nice long drive and just really, really have a good time. And I like to drive. Having said that, when it's traffic stuff, I love autopilot. I'm trusting it more. I'm getting more confident with it. And like yesterday, we took a 200-kilometer trip. Probably about 94% of the trip, maybe give or take, about 94-95% of the trip was autopilot. Did most of the driving. Only time I needed to drive was when I needed to, turn. And then, all I did was disengage the steering. The car, when you're using a nav, the car slows down for the turns. You go into the turn, and then you just lock the steering wheel back in, auto steer, kick it in again, and the car takes over again. And so it was very little on my part. And that was nice. We were having fun. We were goofing off with all the tech in here and goofing off. My daughter and wife were watching TV shows in the back. I was just enjoying listening to them. Some of these TV shows are reruns, so I can kind of use my mental picture along with what I hear on the audio. So yeah, autopilot is really nice, but there are times where we've gotten to the mountains. First of all, autopilot's not going to work in the mountains. We don't have any lines on the roads up there, so it can't work. So I had to take over anyways, but I also enjoy it. All those S-curves and just tons of S-curves, tons of sharp corners, and just a lot of fun. And with this car, a lot of fun to drive. So I really enjoyed that. That was awesome. Let me think. So with FSD, my knee-jerk reaction is when people start talking about, especially in America, about this great, when there's not going to be steering wheels and pedals in the cars, I revolt. I get really pissed about that. I don't like it. But I've been thinking about it more, and there is a purpose for that. As long as they don't take them all away from everybody, which is my huge fear, that eventually we just won't have cars, steering wheels, and pedals, and we'll just be at the mercy of the system and the people that pretty much control the car from the servers. We're going to be at the mercy of that, whether we can go anywhere or not. And that's what I'm worried about. But I do see there are some really good really good uses for FSD or, cyber cabs, if they'll ever become available. I think they will become available in parts of America thanks to the teamwork that Elon's doing with Trump. He's going to help push some stuff through to kind of hurry the process. And, UN has some really strict rules, and luckily America ignores the UN mostly. I love that. I freaking hate the UN. It's just the most awful. You guys, everybody likes to talk bad about certain governments, China's government, Russia's government, America's government and stuff. But no, you haven't seen the most worst totalitarian government in the world is UN. It's awful. And they make ridiculous rules. Sometimes they're good rules for safety, but a lot of times it's just bureaucratic red tape rules and stuff. And I think they're rushing the cyber cab too fast in America. I think it could be quite interesting what happens. I don't think you're going to have any deaths from it, but you're probably going to have a lot of fender benders, a lot of bad traffic. A lot of bad traffic since there's nothing to take over and drive the car with. It'll get stuck after a fender bender, and it's going to be a mess, I have a feeling. And we'll see how it goes. But I mean, Tesla on their current FSD still doesn't have anything. If you fall asleep and it detects you're asleep, all it does is shut down. It doesn't do anything like the Volkswagens and the Nissans where they'll slam the brakes, make noises, try to wake you up. And if that doesn't work, eventually they'll pull over to the side of the road and hit the hazards and turn off. So FSD won't do it. It just shuts down. If you're not paying attention, it just shuts off. And then, good golly. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future with the cyber cabs. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah. Having said that, though, when they do get things ironed out, there are people out there that could really use it. And I'll be one of them eventually. Senior citizens. I have my mom in America who she was driving up to a couple years ago maybe. But since she moved to a new city and she's not comfortable driving there. And then I have these neighbors here that are in their 90s, and they're still driving. Their kids are begging them not to drive anymore, but dad has Alzheimer's, he doesn't drive, but the mom is still driving, the grandma's still driving, because if she didn't drive, she wouldn't be able to get groceries. She wouldn't be able to go out. Her legs are weak. She can walk a little bit of a ways, but she gets tired pretty fast. So even that grocery store would be too much of a walk for her. She needs the car to do her, get to her doctor's appointment for her husband, go to the bank, go to the post office, go to the grocery store. So a cyber cab would really come in handy for them. So she wouldn't have to drive. But they still be independent. I can see that as I'm getting older. I can see that as being a benefit. I think there will definitely be, thanks to Waymo and thanks to Tesla doing what it's doing, there will probably be options for me when I'm at that age. When I'm old enough, when I'm so old that just driving is not an option. There will probably be cars that I can get into and hopefully get into, and they'll drive for me. I just tell it where to go and it'll take care of it. I think that future is maybe okay for me. Maybe living over here might be a different story. Japan is through the UN. America ignores UN, but Japan's part of the UN thing with the autonomous driving, so they're way more strict. So I don't know. Maybe not even my lifetime. I don't know. But that is a big thing. The senior citizens, people who need to get around and they can't count on or even trust public transportation, they need something like that. It would be really good. My mom could sure use it. These older people over here could sure use it, and I could sure use it when I'm older. So that would definitely be an option I would be open to when I'm older. Another group of people that would benefit from it are, of course, blind. They would love to be more independent with these kind of cars and make them much more independent. And that's a doable thing for them as well. Amputees, of course, paralyzed people would help a lot. So there's a lot of people out there where it could benefit. And even the able-bodied normal people like me, I love using it when I'm tired and stuff. It does take the stress down on driving. So I'd be using FSD if I had it over here. I really would. I like to drive. There would be times where it's just awesome. I have the yoke. I have the pedals. When I want to, I can just disengage and just take over and have a fun time. And then when I'm done having my fun, I could go back to FSD. I like that. I like having that option. That's a big reason why I bought this car. So as long as they keep it like that, where they have options, or you can buy a car with the steering wheel and pedals, or you could buy something like the cyber cab, then I'm okay. And I think that's where we need to go. I think that's actually a good future for a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people that are very dependent on other people right now, and this would give them more freedom. This cyber cab. I understand the knee-jerk reaction. I understand that there's a lot of people that used to be on Elon's side that they've switched, and now they think he's I don't hear the term Iron Man anymore with him anymore. The fanboys used to call him Iron Man. They thought he was the smartest person on the planet. He's brilliant, blah blah blah. Don't hear that too much anymore because of his ties with Trump and all that stuff. It really destroyed his image with the fanboys. And as a matter of fact, I'm starting to see more and more videos pop up on my suggestions from these former fanboys just tearing him apart. It's like Reddit on the next level. It's crazy. The funny thing is, he's doing it for you guys. Not for you, but he's doing it for the guys that are pissed off at him. He switched sides. He went from Democrat to Republican just so he could get what he needed, what he wanted. The Democrats weren't going to do it. He was getting nowhere with Biden. Biden was not Biden really screwed him over. In fact, he was so pissed off, I think that's why he went Republican. Biden locked him out. He didn't even get to go to some kind of summit. They invited all these people, but Tesla was not invited. And that really upset Musk. And he also saw the writing on the wall. If he wanted to get these cyber cabs launched in certain cities by a certain time, he couldn't trust the Biden administration or the Kamala administration. So that's why he switched over to Trump. I don't think he's a Republican, really. He just needs to do what he needs to do to get these cars available as soon as possible in his head. Personally, I think he's rushing it. I don't think he needs to go as fast as he's going, but there is an Agenda 30 thing going on. If you guys know anything about Agenda 30, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go into details on that. That might be for a live stream someday. But I've never thought Trump was a smart man. I actually know he's a puppet. There's handlers. Just like the presidents have handlers, well, Trump has handlers. There's no way he can be a CEO of more than 3 companies and do a good job, even a mediocre job. Not possible. Especially with these companies. He's got Twitter and X now, Tesla, and then he's also got the boring, and I think the Hyperloop's gone, but he's also got, I don't know if you guys know, but he's a musician. He's got a music production company, and he actually makes music and stuff. The guy's all over the place. I think another reason why he chose Trump, everybody knows if you pay Trump enough money, like donate enough money to him, when the crap hits the fan, if you end up being thrown in prison, Trump will bail you out. You'll get an executive pardon from him. And I think that's another reason why Musk went with Trump. I think he didn't trust Kamala, and that's why he donated as much money as he did. That was his own personal money. That wasn't the handler's money. That was his money, because the reason why he makes so much money is he's the face of Tesla. He's the face of the X. Even though he has handlers telling him what to do and everything, and pushing everything to go a certain direction, he's the face of it. So if anything hits the fan, he takes the fall. That's why he's very well, he's paid very well for his scapegoat abilities. But he also, he played it safe. He was being pretty smart. That was pretty smart. So he donated a ton of money to Trump to get into this weird new new program that Trump invented for him and that other guy. And also, I think will bail Musk out. He's got a ton of lawsuits and a ton of things he's going through court with. It could bail him out if he ever ends up seeing some prison time. Trump will pardon him for sure on that, and he'll get out. And I think he just tried to be the man that you guys wanted. He's trying to put this fully autonomous car out there as soon as possible for you guys, and yet you're so short-sighted. You're so blinded by this stupid identity politics crap. Democrat or Republican, it's two oars in the same boat going the same direction, guys. I don't care what you guys think. That's the truth. That's the truth. Doesn't matter who was going to be president. They have handlers, and it's going the same direction. Doesn't matter what party you're in. They both are heading in the same direction. As a matter of fact, now that we have I never liked seeing either side having full power. Like Democrats, when they had the House and the Senate and the executive, that wasn't good. But now we have the Republicans doing that. That's not a good thing. I like it more when it's divided power. It keeps things from going too fast. Now with the Republicans in power and everything, and they don't like being, they're so afraid of being called racist and homophobes and stuff like that. You're going to see all these Democrat, liberal, not even liberal, but far left programs just advance much quicker. They'll push it quicker than the Democrats would have pushed because they want to look like the good guys. And so it's not a good thing with them all, the Republicans taking control of everything. It's not. It wouldn't be a good thing with Democrats control of everything either. And no, I don't call them Democratic Party. I'm from the era of Democrat Party. They play those games and the names and stuff. I'm not going along with that. They originally were Democrat Party. I'm sticking with that. But yeah, it's two oars of the same boat, guys. So it doesn't really, don't get your nose bent out of shape that Musk went to Trump. He had to for business reasons. It's all business. And it's also personal, I think, preservation too. If he does get into legal problems, he's got Trump on his side. So there, that's the whole gist of my video. I didn't go into the rant. I really don't want to go there. It just has to, I don't want to be too negative. I really am enjoying the car. The car is great. The company itself over here in Japan, Tesla Japan, it's a crap hole. It's a dump. It's not good at all. And most Japanese will agree with me on that. I guarantee they will. It's not good. Now, yes, Tesla Japan always blames it on the government. Oh, it's the government's fault. They won't let us do anything because they don't want to have competition with the other cars, which is true. There is some truth to that. But Tesla could always say no. Tesla doesn't want to say no. Tesla doesn't want to, just like the thing with the LiFePO batteries in their cars in America, they don't do it because they'll lose the $7,500 tax credit thing. Same thing over here. They don't want to say no to the government, and they don't want to give us the big thing I want, especially for this car, besides FSD, the biggest one is what do they call it? The Sentry Mode, where the live view. We don't have that over here. We have Sentry Mode, but we don't have live view. And it makes no sense why not, because other cars have something similar to that. People are putting cameras in their houses all over the place where they can access the cameras any time of the day. I don't understand why they won't let us do it, but it's obviously Tesla's saying it's because the government's just trying to keep the competition down. But like I said, they could just say, screw you, we're going to do it anyways. It's a service that we offer our clients, and that's fine, because there's no law against it. It wouldn't be breaking a law to give us that. It's just they don't want to lose the $7,500 tax credit. And I get that, because these cars are 2 million yen more than what you guys pay for over in America for the same exact car. Yeah, that's for another day. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did like it. That's just my 2 cents. I think FSD does have, there are some uses for it. It's just I am a little nervous about it, because I can see the direction that Tesla wants to go with cars with no steering wheels and pedals, and I don't want that. I'd like to have the ability to take over when I want to and have fun. But if they're willing to have cars on the side that still have the steering wheels and pedals, and then the cyber cabs that don't have it, that's fine too. That'd be great. Once again, I would probably use a cyber cab when I get to a certain age. I would probably buy one, so I can still get around, do my grocery shopping, go to the doctors, things like that, without having to, use a taxi or something. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.